Do, 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 do. Hello. Well, not live yet. Starting. Is it gonna work? Yes, it did. I think. What's happening? What's happening? All right. I am on, you guys. Everything looks good. Let me know if you get in the comments, if you can hear me, if you can. Well, I know you can see me because I could see that I could see, but I don't know if you can hear me. So let me know. Um, Welcome to my Wednesday Night Live tonight. You guys, I have a fun fold card. I was gonna bring the toadstool paper. I still got a second. Oh, Dawn's on. Good. Hi, Julie. Hi, Dawn. Um, let me know if you guys can hear me, okay? Let me get my paper. I wanted to show you guys the different papers in the toadstool gardens. Oh, good. Thanks, Christy. Hey, Vesta. Hey, girl, I was gonna ask you, did you get your craft room all put back together? I remember a few weeks ago now, you had it taken apart, but you didn't have it all put back together yet. So I'm wondering if you got it all situated now. Um, so that was it. That one just had that question. Hope everybody's doing okay, staying warm. It's freezing outside. I spent a while down here today trying to figure out this card. I found the design on the Mixed Up Crafts blog, and I think it was from 2018. And I just set out to make it. Hers was a 6x6, and I had to recreate it. So, needless to say, my ream of copy for printer paper went down a little bit as I fudged around with the measurements, but I think I got it. Oh, good, Vesta, yay. Um, Amanda's on too. Hey, Amanda. Um, and so I just want to show you this fun card, and you know the drill. My housekeeping stuff. It's Sale A Bration. It's mini catalog time. It's new online exclusives time. If you didn't get a chance to see my video from one day last week, like when this is Thursday, maybe Friday, I put a quick video out. Well, it's not real quick, but I put a quick video out to kind of bring everything together to help you navigate where to find what goes with what from the different publications, because they're all over the place right now. So hopefully it helped you find what you might be looking for, or how to find what you're looking for. I'm still waiting for my goodies to show up, and we'll see. I hadn't ordered in a long time. I told you guys that. So yeah, it might be ugly when it gets here. But anyway, um again, any questions, problems with finding stuff, buying stuff you need, any questions answered, shoot me a comment, a text, a message. I'll help you out. Looking to join Stampin' Up, don't know about it, want to know about it. It really is, if you're not about running a business, it is a lot of the camaraderie. Most of you gals that watch me here, I think, are demonstrators and friends, and I appreciate all those friendships. And the more things that we let ourselves get involved with or reached out one more level over our comfort zone, it does help. And the my friend Lori was just saying today, it's truly for some of us about the friendships that you make and the connections in that sense. So thank you all for watching and being my friends and hanging out with me and doing fun stuff. Let's turn the camera down and get going. Hi, Holly. Holly's on too. I don't know if I missed anybody else. Jean's on. Jean and her puppy. She went to Walmart. I get tired out, like I said, when I go to Walmart. Debbie Green's on. Some of those stores are very very daunting to go through. And then I get all excited. There's so much to see, and I got to go up and down all the rows because I personally love to go to the grocery store. And then we have a store here, kind of like a super Walmart, but it's called Meijer. And it's kind of like a super Walmart. You got all the goods in there besides the groceries. And so back in the day when I had kids and I would go without them, it was just so glorious. But now, Mike doesn't mind going and putzing around with me. So we have fun just walking around the grocery store. So this is the toadstool paper. I just want to show you real quick all of the designs that are in it. I'm going to show you the fronts and the backs. Where's the front and the back? There's a front and a back. They are really bright, really colorful, really fun. Oops, that's a front. Some of them are, crazy, I'm going to say psychedelic-y, kind of like this one. Some of them are just cute toadstools. I'm not sure what this is back there. If it's another woo-woo from the magic mushrooms, or if it's like I don't know if it's a tree ring or what, but there's another pattern. And on the back of that one is some stripes. And then there's these two patterns. So they, I got them all mixed up. They come in, you get all these in 6x6. I didn't cut it or anything. This is a 6x6 pack freebie from Sale A Bration for the $60 order. You can pick this fun paper. So I'm going to show you my card. Oh, speaking of cards, I did not bring the cards over. I forgot them, but winners of last week's cards, drumroll, Dawn, Thuma, and Patty Tyre won. Because last week we had two cards. So they each won a card. Oh, my battery's going down really fast today, guys. I don't know what the heck is up with this new internet at my house, but stuff dies so dang fast. So I'm gonna have to go fast. Hey, Betty. So here's the card we're gonna make. It's called a Zig Zag Gatefold, she called it. It was Sam Calcott, I think is the lady's name at Mixed Up Crafts. I like to look at all of her. She's very talented, so I like to look at her stuff. She had a 6x6, as I said. I cut mine down, and I put a belly band on it. She had a belly band on hers, and then it doesn't even fit in the screen. So this is what we get. Kind of looks like a spider or an octopus, or who was that lady from? I guess she was an octopus from Little Mermaid. I can only think of Cruella de Vil, but what the lady from the witch from, anyway, you know who I'm talking about. That lady looks kind of like her. So this is it. Like I said, I'll pull it over here because the other side looks the same. So it's a lot of measuring, scoring and whatnot. So I'm going to get started so that I don't take up your whole night. I do have a lot of the stuff done because it's just repeat. I got my little instruction sheet here. So here's my envelope full of goodies. See if I can slide that off carefully because I sort of had it in order, if you can believe that. It did have some semblance to it. All right, so here's our card base. Oh, we're going to need our arm. Our card base is 5.5 by 8.5. And we're going to score it at 2 1/8 inch on each side. to give us that 4 1/4 in the middle. So I also learned from her video. I will show you when I do this here. So I got 2 1/8 in my scoring blade. And then I'm going to turn it around and do 2 1/8 on the other side. All right. And what I learned from her, and I asked you guys one other time, let me make sure that's 4 1/4 across there. It looks kind of big. Yep. I asked you guys one other time when you score, like, do you fold up? Do you fold down? And she perfectly explained it today. And I've been trying to wrap my head around it to help me as I was doing this. So when you score, it's mushing the fibers inward. So you want to follow that score and fold it like up. Then that will give you a crisp fold. Let me get my little, that will give you a crisp fold. And I'm gonna show you on this one. If there's our score, if you fold backwards, it's not as crisp. You could see there, it's just got a little tiny bit of like resistance. It doesn't really want to fold. So if you go this way, it's nice and ready to go. So with that, she did a lot of back and forths with her cards. So I'm going to do my best to kind of show you without being too crazy. So here's just our base. I do have a white that goes on the inside. I'll do that. I guess I could put it now if I can find it. Here it is. Got this white for the inside. Feel free to stamp on it first if you're going to stamp on it. Get that part out of the way. Just in case you got to flip her over. Sometimes we don't always stamp correctly the first time. So I'm just going to stick this inside. I did do this at 5 1/4 by 4. All right. I'm going to set this aside. No, I'm not. I need to get out my ruler and we're going to mark 1 inch from down the side on each side. So let me go this way. It might be easier. I'm going to go 1 inch. And this is where it kind of will help if you measure like accurately. But this is me we're talking to, so like this ruler. I don't know. Do I start before this line, after this line, try and do right at this line? You know, it's all okay. So we got our 1 inch marked, and then we're going to cut it off from this corner at the fold down to our 1 inch line. Good. And then we're going to go this way to our 1 inch mark up to the score line. Patty, she also was saying that if you've ever noticed that your cardstock cracks and kind of frays, which I do notice sometimes, that's because you're folding it like opposite of the way that you scored it or it needs to be scored kind of thing. So, you know, just food for thought, something to, for me, because I do notice that I get cracking. Okay, so now I'm going to set this aside. All right. We're done with that piece for a hot second. Then I have 2 pieces, 1 for each side of the gatefold. Oh, look, I cut another one because I needed another one for the, what do you call it? The card that I draw for. And I thought I looked in this thing to see if I had the extra one here, but I didn't look very good. All right, so now this piece is 4.5 this way by 8 3/4 this way. So let's see, I'm gonna work on the right side of the card first. See if I get all this right. My notes tell me, first of all, we're gonna score at 1/4 inch. All right. And my note wrote that this is the back of the card because I'm going to fold it this way to adhere it onto here. Now, this isn't how she did it, but this is how I'm doing it because you guys would never be able to mail the card that she made. She had 2 layers, like she cut this again and she had 2 layers here and 2 layers here, and her back, because it was 6 by 6, she had 2 like 6 by 12s glued on top. It was just amazing how much paper. And I learned the lesson on that other Way Out Willie card I did, that too much paper is not good if you're going to mail it. So we're going to fold that under. So I'm going to put I'm just going to, the next one I won't take so much time on. So we're going to fold that under. It's going to go that way. So then this one needs to fold back. So I want to have my card go this way. And we're going to score at 2 3/8. And all right, then I'm going to say flip it around again. And we're going to score at 4.5. And I'm only doing all this because I wanted to see if it's going to give me crisp, nice lines. And then our last one is 6 5/8, which is 2 little tickers past half. All right, so now that's one panel. That looks a little, nope. Then, now, what she said to do was go 1 inch down. I'm going to show you in all of these panels. I'll go 1 inch. I shouldn't say 1 inch. You go 1 extra inch. Then this one we go 2 inches. Then this one will go 3 inches. Then this one will go 4 inches. Well, I just wondered if, because this is 4.5, if we went and made a little ticker mark at half, this might be an alternate way to do it. Because we're going to cut from this lower score line all the way up to here. So I don't really know if, honestly, all of these ticker marks are necessary. I'm just going to kind of put it in there like this. Possibly it's going to help for lining up all the extra pieces that we have to put in each of these panels. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to line up my 1/2 inch and see, this one looks, I don't know if it's going to cut them all or not. Let's just look and see what we get. We got a 1/2 inch in there. And I'm going to go all the way up to the top corner. Let's see. So we didn't get all of our marks because I'm not the best at measuring, cutting, that kind of thing. But it looks okay. So we're going to glue this down. Take my little rubber thing broke on my glue. My little thing that always gets in the way. So we're going to glue this down. Let's see if I can pick it up and glue it in there. Doesn't look like I got it in the right spot, but you get it. You see what I'm trying to show you to do here. Got that way wrong. Can I fix that? Put that in there and just try and fix it? What do you guys think? Probably not. I'm not that handy, not that talented. I'm gonna try, just because I got that big gap in there now. Okay, so we did that. I'm gonna trim that off. So we've got, this one's gonna go this way, where we glued it on, then this one's gonna go back. And if you didn't score quite right or whatever, you can try and finagle it around, and then this one's gonna come back this way. So our main thing is when we put this piece down, this one's pretty crucial that it gets in the right spot and has enough oomph to fold over. It doesn't get caught when it folds over. It's got to have enough like give to be able to fold over. And move. Can't be like, your jeans that are too tight and you can't move because you ate too much. Can't be like that. All right, so we're just going to go with that now. All right. So there's one side. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We've got another piece of paper. We're going to score at 1/4 of an inch. This one's going to fold hook on this way. And the first one's going to fold back. So we're going to go 2 3/8. In my measurements, I did account for this extra little 1/4 of an inch there. Then we're going to go to 4 1/2. Then we're going to go to 6 5/8. And then we're done. For a hot second with that. So again, you put your dots at 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I'm gonna try and just go up a 1/2 an inch because that was kind of how I ended up doing the last one that cut wonky for me. So let's hope this one cuts the same. And it could have been because I went all the way up to the edge here and not this mark. So I'm gonna go up to that edge piece again. Got both of my pieces in the channel. That. And we're going to cut. So we've got, it's going to go back. This one will come forward. And then this one will go back. Like this. Hi, G. Nice to see you. Oh, and Lori. Hi, Lori. Oh, and the other Lori. Yeah. Got 2 Loris on. All right. And then we're going to glue this one on. Leave that little bit of space. Let me try and go this way this time. Leave that little bit of space to fold over. Oh, I put it on the wrong side, you guys, but whoops, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's on the inside or the outside, but I do notice that I am a little bit wonky on this one too. I'm going to straighten it up. All right. So now that's the gist basically of the whole card. So now we're going to take, we've got our pieces of paper. Where's, and this one, start over here. I've got two pieces of the same size, one for each piece. And we have to trim the top off. So again, we're going to need our trimmer. But now you'll want to measure your 1 inch down and make a mark and then cut from that mark. And you want to go from the top down for the right hand side. Then on the left side, you want to measure from on the other side of the paper down 1 inch. Put your little mark in the channel, put your point in the channel, or however you cut your stuff. And then the left side, you've cut from the top to the down to the left. This side from the top down to the right. And so you want to do that with all your pieces. We've got, I didn't cut this one. So here's a smaller one. We want to come in with our ruler. And mark it at 1 inch. Put it in there. And slice them off. So all the rest I did so that you don't have to watch me. So we have these two first panels are 5 3/8 by 2. Oh, I could have cut that one. Oh, the reason it's too long is because I cut that off. So let me trim just a smidge off the bottom of that. No, I'm just going to leave it. They might all be that way. Shouldn't go all the way to the bottom, but because I cut that weird, remember? And then we're going to put one on the left-hand side. Like that. Oh, hey, Lonnie, thanks for joining. And then we've got the next panel is 4 3/8 by 2. Let's see here now, see if I straighten that up at all. So this one's 4 3/8 by 2. And there were so many fun patterns, you know, to choose from that. It's just kind of a hodgepodge mix and match kind of a thing going on here. And we'll put this one over on this side. It too needs a little bit of straightening up. And there's probably a million ways to make this designed card. I just am making it this way. This is what came to me in my trying to figure out how she did it from 6 by 6. This is just what I came up with. So gotta trim all these up because of the way I cut that. I would suggest you do not cut to that that connector piece. Don't cut to that 1/4 inch. Stop before that 1/4 inch. And that might have not made it quite so. And this one doesn't look too bad. We're just going to go with this one as is. If you got a pack of paper to use up, this would be a good design for that. Come back over to this side. Oops, I didn't see how it's going to fit on there. Trim that off. Stick that there. That. I haven't been on TV too much today, but I did get on Facebook for a hot minute, and you know how we're all getting everything but our friends in our feed and whatnot. Well, get this guy from Florida. Must be he's a comedian or something, but he was showing all the snow they got down in Florida. It's crazy. But Texas, Florida, you know, maybe they'll enjoy it. Doesn't happen that often. Hopefully they got nice warm. They were out playing in the snow. They were someone was pulling them like on their tubes that they would use in the water. But nobody had gloves, and they had a half-hearted winter jacket on, but you know, it's not something that you keep in your wardrobe like we do. I had to break out my super winter jacket that I get to sit on in the car with the heated seats, and I was still cold. Look like a Eskimo out there with my furry hood and did all but cover my face up. Oops, if you got any little ticker marks showing. This isn't the best pencil to use for the eraser. The eraser, I hate when they get, I don't know, it must be old or something, and then it leaves red marks. Can you see that? It leaves red marks when I erase, so I need to just pitch it. All right, so now we have, and I'm going to show you another thing that they're very close together when I get them all going on there. So if you're a good measurer, you might be able to fix that or kind of push back your pieces a little bit and give them a good score. But that's what we have now that we have our whole inside done, right? So now I'm going to do the back side just so that we cover up part of what's going on. We don't need to cover it all up. So we need 2 more of the long one, the 5 3/8. And that looks, I'm just going to glue these down. So we need 2 more on the 5 3/8. And we're going to glue that baby on there. And it worked out good because I left them at, I just went down the 1/8 of an inch to 2. You could go down the full 1/4 of an inch if you want more of a border, but worked out good because the paper was 6 by 6. So I got 3 strips. So I didn't feel like I was wasting it or anything by chopping it all up. Then we need 2 of the 3 3/8 sheets, because we're going to come down to here, to this one. And you could put them on all of them. I didn't see, you're not going to see it, so I didn't like think it was necessary, I guess. Oh, I know, Lori, I do have a white eraser somewhere. But I tend to just use what's on my pencil. That one probably should be cut up a little bit. Oh, right here. I got one. I just didn't reach for it. That's a good trick. I think Kathy, my friend Kathy, told us about those, or got us, or she had them in her little happy organized bag of tricks, and so some of us got them from there after that. You know, it's one of those things you got to have. You see something cool someone else is finding useful, it helps to have it. And then I've got the third one down at the point that is just 1 3/8 by 2. I'm gonna trim this one off just a smidge. And we'll come back over to this side. It's not like a difficult card. It's just the cutting and such to keep them all. And if your angles are off, somebody may have some tips on how to cut that so that they all match up. Maybe there's a trick to making sure that they can match up. I don't know if you can cut them at the same time, or suppose you could lay your paper on it somehow, draw a line with a pencil. That might help. Just to make sure you got the right angle. So now we've got the 3 on the back side. So when we fold those, now all of our pieces have paper on them. And then again, you can stamp inside, do that first, bring it down so that it's not in this opening. If you want the green to show, you could start your paper, cut that off so that the green shows through there, but yeah, I like the full piece on the inside. So there we go with our card. Isn't that cool? You gotta, we probably gotta fix up our folds a little bit and all that good stuff, but it wants to spring out on us. So to fix that, I took 2 strips at 1.5 inches wide by 8.5 long. Do they need to be this long? Heck no. Did I, at the point I was creating this, say I'm done measuring and cutting and trying it again and again? Yes, I will admit I did. So I cut 2 strips and I'm going to glue them together. Give that a second to dry. Then I put that in the back, closed it down. And yep, I just folded it over. I kind of pushed it back a little bit to make sure that it's not too tight, that the belly band will slide off. And then I folded this one up. I got that one down just a smidge too far. I'm going to cut it off. Only because I needed to move it down a little bit, and I didn't, because my sample, it went all the way up to the top. So we're going to put this underneath because I want it to look seamless, kind of like this. So if it's down at the bottom, then we're good. So I'm going to glue on this piece. And then I'm going to just fold it down onto it. Hold it for a second. Situate it, make sure it's all in there. It's going to slide. No, I'm going to have to give it a little bit of relief. It's not going to slide. Maybe there. Now it'll slide. And the reason she just wanted to keep it closed. So she put the belly band up and down to hold these pieces down. So that's why I have them that way. Then I took a tag from, oh, I'm drawing a blank again. I should bring all that stuff over here, but I don't. I think it was like one of the Christmas die sets. I grabbed that tag. If anybody wants to know what set it is, I can run over and get it. Just let me know. Hey, Janice, thanks for joining. I also have my Simply Said stamp set that I got in Houston. Garbage picked this one. Lori Brosnan will remember this day when we garbage picked for all the stamping stuff. We went to lunch, and after cleanup, was it lunch? I don't think it was lunch. I think it was our after hours event that we went to. They were cleaning up and the tables and just throwing all the stuff away. Well, Stampin' Up will usually kind of indicate if you can take the stuff or if you have to leave it for the next day. And they didn't say anything, so people were mostly just leaving it. Well, then the cleaning people were coming along to clean up the tables and they were throwing everything in the garbage, you guys. So I have just a note here. So those of us that were still around said, what the hey is going on here? And if people hadn't already taken it from their table, they were slowly picking up that they were getting thrown away. So I just hopped in and I chased down the cleaning people and I'm like, what are you doing? And so I started picking them out of the garbage. So the girls staying in our group, we had some extra goodies then when we got back because they had left all of the ephemera packs, everything, glue, dimensionals, whatever was sitting out for use was getting thrown away. So when we got back, we just did a round robin of pick what items you want. And I got the stamp set was one of mine. And I have no idea how much actually got lost in the trash because they were getting pretty well cleaned up by the time I hunted them down and started digging through their trash. All right. So I got just a note on there. I used this was on the clearance rack. Should be Sweet Sorbet glittery ribbon. Sweet Sorbet, this looks, to me, that was more reddish. I guess I don't remember. My paper looks redder than this, but I'm using this as pink on some of my projects lately. Then I took that white piece of the toadstool paper. Can I find one? Didn't put it back in a very good order. This one. So now I have this paper and I just cut around some of them where I could, like this, get a couple of the toadstools and some of the greenery and such. So I did that. And I'm just going to lay it on flat. You could pop it up. if you wanted to. I just glued it on flat. Card had enough of its own stuff going on. Then I just gonna run some glue down the center of it. Stick it on my belly band. Kind of center it on there. I think it looks okay going up and down with the points, with the card having the points going all the other directions. I think it works. I think it does serves its purpose, does its thing. And so then, my friends, we are done. The belly band should slide right off if you didn't make it too tight. And there you have it. So if you would like to get this kit from my drawing next week, reply toadstool. How about that? Just pop toadstool in the comments, and I will do a drawing for a kit, one of the kits. I've already got it cut, ready to go. And if you're watching the replay, I will choose, you can answer too. I don't ever draw the names until like right before I come live. So you've got at least until Wednesday afternoon, depends how on the ball I am, to enter Toadstool to get a kit for this card. And I think that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching me again this week. I appreciate it. Comments, shares, everything helps me grow. If you have anybody that's interested in your friend circle and joining Stampin' Up, getting a discount, sharing the discount with you, you share it with them, or don't do anything at all with it. Just get all the products. We've got 2 great join specials. You can subscribe to my newsletter on greenthumbstampers.com. Click and join my newsletter. I send that every week. I've got a YouTube channel, Green Thumb Stampers. You can subscribe to that. Follow Facebook. Yeah. Oh, and I am still giving the paper samples for people who join my newsletter. So if you don't get that currently, sign up for it, and I will send you a free sample of our Stampin' Up! Papers. Talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your week. Stay warm, stay safe, stay out there, but not too long so that your little button nose doesn't get frostbite. I'll talk to you later. Thanks, everybody.